So obviously we didn't die. Woke up to a beautiful morning. And actually, it was a really quiet night. Besides sleeping on concrete for me, it was a really good evening. Got on to making a little bit of breakfast. And then we were planning our trip to head off to Prescott, Arizona, through Jerome, Cottonwood, Sedona, all the way up to Flag. We're going to pick up some trail a little bit later.
Breakfast of champions right there, baby. So that was our camp for the night. We're all cleaned up and getting ready to head out. Want to tell everybody where we're headed today?
Edge of the world.
All right.
Pulling into Prescott. Such a great little town if you ever get a chance to get up there. Kind of perched in the mountains still, and really nice temperature. Does get a little snow and warms up a little bit in the summer, but nothing like Phoenix or Flagstaff. Just a little bit in between. Great downtown scene. All the stores are open and looks like a lot of people out and about. A great park in the middle of the town.
It's a good thing I'm not figuring out these maps.
Coming down through the mountains towards Jerome, you can see where the old mines were, and you can see the lookout over Cottonwood and that area. It's just beautiful. Jerome is just a super cool old mining town that's perched up on the edge of a cliff, essentially overlooking down into Cottonwood area. It's pretty incredible. The whole town is built on tiers, and you have to do switchbacks through these narrow streets to get down to the bottom of town. And then we go out to the Douglas Mansion, which we'll show you in just a second here. So after the United Verde Copper Company folded on the mine in 1885, it was purchased by William A. Clark, and he came in and he did a lot of things. Here you can see the mine shaft that's 1,900 feet deep. It's illuminated for about 400 feet, but it's a pretty incredible 1,900 feet.
Going down.
It was such a booming town that in 1904 they brought in power and a railway to bring people up into in this area as the third largest town in Arizona. The mine was incredibly successful after Douglas purchased it in 1912, and he built this mansion that we toured through. An incredible mansion. It had billiard rooms and massive kitchens and everything else. You just can't believe all this was happening in 1900. He had a vacuum that was piped throughout the whole home that you could just plug into the wall and vacuum. He had a carbonator that would carbonate liquids like your soda and everything. And this is in the early 1900s. Just an amazing feat, and the amount of money that he spent on this place.
I can't see all the way over there, but I want to know what's in that huge book. Servant's bell. Must be nice. And an ice box. So they were either making ice or having it delivered up here. There's the carbonator. The technology and engineering they had for this time is blowing my mind.
At one point, with all the different rock and gold and copper and silver they were bringing out of these mines, it was in excess of $1 million a day in the early 1900s, so you can do the math. We went through the museum and just looking at all this early 1900s items. There's even a really cool picture of an arc welder, early 1900s arc welder right here. Pretty amazing, the technology that these guys were doing, and talk about working hard. I don't think our generation could ever understand how hard things were. In the 1800s, the miners would actually wear little oil lanterns around their neck, and then there were some hanging on the walls just so they could see in the dark mines. In 1904, the electricity was brought in, and they were able to use these very dimly lit bulbs.
Well, that's a name everybody recognizes.
Well, with what looks like the storm is in front of us, we're going to go ahead and chase it down the hill. Maybe stop down in Cottonwood and have a little lunch before we jump on the trail again.
We're sitting in this little sunny spot at this park, having our lunch, and it's thundering over there, and it's lightning over there. Time to run. So we're heading to the trail out there where that big cloud is.
It's gonna rain. Just after airing down, we were back on the trail. I had charted out on Onyx a path that was going to get us all the way up to the top of those mountains and into the backside of Flagstaff for the edge of the world. We ran into some rain, a lot of red rock, sat on a really cool trail for a long time, which you can see here, for probably 10-15 miles just to find out that we were on a UTV trail the whole time. So lockers needed sometimes. So from time to time on the trail, I get an abrupt stop. I need to take a picture of those flowers. And so here we are. We're stopped. Julie's out and taking pictures of all the different flowers and foliage that she can seem to find in the desert.
I love this weather. I want to live here.
So after snaking back into this canyon, probably 10, 15 miles, and we came up on a gate, locked gate, and that said you needed a permit to go through. This did not show on Onyx, and actually at the show, I got to talk with one of the Onyx people, and they said that they would look into having some type of warning where there's these locked gates. So we got to double back, probably 15 miles all the way back, and took a different route to come out into Sedona. Still ended up being a really nice run, and then Julie got to see Sedona too.